So at the moment on my desk I've got 2 tungsten cubes, 1, 2, and the paper one, and I'm very happy to say I can replace the paper one with a tungsten one. So I was quite excited to get this one, so I made a scale paper model. So this is the same volume, but this one is a little bit lighter. And I'll just say now, this isn't really going to be a review. I don't know how you would review such a simple object, but it's just the type of thing that people who are interested in this want to just see people handle them or talk about them. So hopefully this will be enjoyment to at least one person. But what's going on? What are these cubes? What do they do? Why do people want them? So the reason these cubes are so desirable and satisfying to hold is because they're made of the element tungsten, which is by far the best choice if you're just looking for a sizable, tangible cube of a dense material. Anything more dense is either too rare or radioactive or unobtainable, like a neutron star or something, so tungsten is the best option. And very fortunately, not only is tungsten dense and stable and quite abundant, but it's got some really cool properties. So excluding some synthetic elements that sort of decay immediately, tungsten has the highest melting point of any metal. It's about 3,400 degrees centigrade. It's extremely hard. I won't break it with my fingers, put it that way. It's very conductive. I'll let you do your own research. It's a very cool element. These 3 cubes. This one is 20 millimeters on each edge length, and I think it weighs 152 grams. This one is 38.1 millimeters and weighs a kilogram, so that's about 1.5 inches on each edge. And this one, my newest, is 2.5 inches edge length, which is 63.5 millimeters. And it's about 4.5 kilograms, just over 4.6. So what's astonishing isn't how heavy they are. 4 kilograms is not too heavy. It's just the fact that this is about the size of a tennis ball. I think a tennis ball has a slightly bigger diameter, but obviously the corners add almost double the volume. But still, it's about tennis ball sized, and it's 4 kilograms. I think this small one is actually the most dense. I think this is 99.99% pure tungsten, whereas these are 97% alloys or so. The rest is nickel and iron. Coincidentally, I have a twisty puzzle, a 5x5x5 Rubik's Cube. This weighs, I believe, about 130 grams, and it is it's pretty much the same size, as close as you could hope for. Wow, it feels like air compared to it. It's nuts. That's crazy. Like, it's heavy enough that if I hold it out with a straight arm, like, I wouldn't want to do that all day. Jeez. Oh. And I don't want to damage the table, but just to sort of get across how heavy it is, this is me dropping this cube. There's a little tiny thud. It's quite loud. Oh, it's gonna damage something. But, it's nuts. It's really, really dense. So in theory, all the sizes are equally impressive. They're all made of the same material. They have the same density. But if you have something the size of a grain of sand, it's imperceivably light. You can't detect that. And if you have something like this big or the size of a house, you can't move it. And that's true for anything. This is a size where you expect to be able to pick it up with infinite ease. You expect this to be completely trivial, but it's heavy. Small detail I will add, which I quite like, is this small cube has really almost perfectly sharp edges. The corners are really pointy, whereas the bigger cubes have a chamfered or beveled edge, and I really like that. This would be uncomfortable to hold, painful to hold, if it had the really sharp edges. Anyway, I really like this. If you can afford it and you're interested, I would recommend getting one of these. So I think that's just about everything I've got to say. Comment tungsten if you like tungsten. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.